Welcome to the next episode of the SGA podcast. Today we have Sara One on, our club coordinator of SGA. We're going to learn a lot about her and her life and how she got here and all the good stuff. So keep watching, and thanks again. All right, so tell us about yourself.
Well, hello, my name is Sarah, and I am currently majoring in health science. I was supposed to apply for the nursing program last semester, but I didn't because I wanted to study more for it, so I didn't apply for it, but I'm planning to apply for it next fall semester. And currently I am the club coordinator for the HDA, and so far it's going very good. Just a little bit trying to get it organized, really. And what else?
That's fine.
Oh, I'm from Haiti, right? That's one other thing that I forgot to mention.
Yeah,
yes.
Which is really cool, by the way. That's definitely somewhere I want to be. I've traveled a lot, but I haven't made it Haiti yet, so hoping one day.
It's very nice. You should actually visit.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a lot of different places to visit. It's mostly mountains though.
Really?
But there's a lot of different oceans and waters and rivers that you can visit. Those are my favorite.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of places you could just swim at too. Yeah. Not just a beach, probably some lagoons or something like that.
Because my grandparents, I would always spend my childhood with them. Every single time I would go there, we have this big place we can just go to and swim. It's very nice.
All right, so you got to live there for a little bit. Yeah. Oh man, that's so cool. Nice. I always wanted to live outside of the country, just someone that just grew up in New Jersey their whole life, whatever. But after traveling in my 20s, I started realizing oh man, there's really different places you can live.
True.
And it's just up to you to kind of get there. So we're hoping one day we can move to Ireland. We'll see though.
And I feel like that's one thing about you that I really like. You traveled a lot.
Thanks.
That's one of the things that I want to do when I grow up. I want to travel around a lot.
You'd be surprised how easy it is. It's like for Europe, for example, I always tell people an easy way to get to Europe on a cheap way, fly to Dublin, right? That trip itself, that's going to cost a little bit of money because you're going across the ocean. But once you get there, right, you can fly from Dublin to either London or Paris or something like that, and it's going to be super cheap, flying from here to Florida. And it's also very short. It's only an hour and a half, 2 hours. And once you get into the mainland of Europe, you could take trains anywhere. When we went to Paris, we flew from, we did JFK to Dublin, and we did Dublin to Paris, and then we just took a train from Paris to Amsterdam. We were there, it was only 2 hours, took the train back, and then we flew from Paris to Iceland, which was really cheap because it's close. And then Iceland back to Dublin, and then Dublin back to JFK. So it's of course anything costs money, but there's a really cheap way to go about it though, honestly.
Yeah, for me, I really want to visit Brazil. I don't know why. It's been a place that I've always want to visit. I think it's because my favorite soccer team is Brazil, so I'm I want to go there one day.
Okay.
So yeah.
You like soccer? Yeah,
I used to like it. Yeah. I mean, I still like it, but when I was little, I used to play it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But after I came here, I was ugh.
Yeah. Is it do you find it harder to find people, other people that like soccer and stuff like that?
Yes. It's because here it's mostly football.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, American football. In our country, it's also soccer is football, but a different kind of football is soccer. But here, not a lot of people is that interested in it.
Yeah.
They're always football. I'm it's not that good. Sorry guys, it's really not that good.
Right. Yeah, I'm not a football person either. Nah. I could play it. I don't mind actually playing with some people, but watching it, it's just I'm good, man.
I can I try to understand it, but it never worked.
Yeah.
So
I had a friend when I was living in Florida for a little bit, South Florida. This dude Fernando, he's from Uruguay, and he was really into soccer. And that was kind of my first time coming over to someone's house where it was on the TV kind of consistently and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's fun, when it gets hype, it does get hype. I can't say I've watched a full soccer match, but I've watched it where there's been hype moments where I was whoa.
Yeah, when it's the World Cup, it's
I know
my
that's
favorite
crazy.
time. When I was back in my country, it was everybody was always ready. It's this time, this team is about to play, we need to go and get ready. And because we didn't really have powers 24/7 here in America, we had to find ways to watch the game. We had to find a way to listen to it and stuff. So it was very.
I'm sure a lot of people probably come together and it's a whole thing.
Yeah, we had the what do you call it? The panel, the one that you can put on top of the house. That's powered by the sun.
Oh, the solar
panels.
one?
Yeah. Some of them use that just so we can watch the games.
That's cool. That's like our Super Bowl, like
Yes.
everybody goes out. It becomes a huge thing. Everyone always goes to like the bars that have like the most TVs, stuff like that, and it turns into like a whole party.
Yeah, we used to go crazy about those ones.
Yeah, it says something like sports. I'm a sociology guy, and it's funny how throughout human history, sports have always kind of just like brought people together. You think about the old Olympics games and like Greek mythology. No, I said Greek mythology. You think about the old Olympic games back in like the old Greek times. It's like people used to come together, and whether you were the upper class, lower class, whatever, people always came together and would watch that.
Yeah, those are the most important, like the things that people unite about. Like they unite on it the most, like music, anything, artists.
Yeah.
Related, and then sports, and what else? There's a lot, like movies, like so many
actual
different
art,
things,
like painters and stuff like that. You think about
like
the Renaissance, like
like people. But yeah, those are the things that they always come together on, and like they kind of understand each other, even though they're like from different background, different languages, but there's this common background, like this common thing that they have, that they can just come together and be like, oh yeah, I like this. Oh, you also like this? Yes.
Yeah.
So they're gonna start talking about it. And stuff.
So we'll segue into club coordinator a little bit, since we're talking about bringing stuff together. So as a club coordinator, right, that's your job essentially, to bring all the clubs together, right? So what's been the most challenging thing about that?
I mean, so far, I'm actually going over the list of stuff that they have to do, because like each club are required to do like 2 events, and then they have to do their community service, and they also have to send in minutes. And there are some clubs out there that are not sending their minutes and are not doing this or that. So it's like keeping track of everything. I feel like that's one of the most challenging thing right now, but I'm trying to get it together. So I feel like before the spring semester, and like before the end of this month, I hopefully get everything in order. And what else can I say? Actually visiting the clubs, because like for me, I'm not like a big person. Like, I'm not huge about big groups and just going in there. But like I have to enter their rooms during their meetings and be like, "Hi, I'm just here to meet," and then they're just stare at you. I'm like, don't stare at me. I'm just here for like 2 seconds. I'm leaving soon. Don't worry.
Like, oh.
And like sometimes it's actually trying to make the time to go and visit them, because some of the clubs have different time that they meet. And it's like, ugh. So I have to like decide on like which is the club that needs me, like my attention right now, and which are the ones that I don't. They're important, but like not that urgent for me to visit.
Man, right now. That's a lot. That's a lot.
So it's just trying to, like,
making the time to do all that must be crazy, dude. What?
Because like I'm doing it right now, and it's so far I've been doing it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So after this, I have to go back and continue with it.
Oh yeah,
and
I got you.
Organizing everything.
Dang, yeah, that's tough, man. It's funny, before vice president, how everything worked out this year. I was trying to do the club coordinator position because
I remember.
I do volunteer coordinator at my job and outside of school, and so kind of used to, but definitely would have been different. At my job, it's kind of just like emails and phone calls. Here, it's like you have
to visit. You have to like make sure that they're doing this, doing that, and like send them email if they're not and stuff. But so far, I feel like it's okay compared to the secretary. I don't know. I feel like they're at the same level, but not really.
Talking ahead about that was real interesting.
Because I remember last semester, I wasn't so sure about coming back with SG and stuff, but then some of the other members from the past were like, "Oh, you should join again." I'm like, my position is already taken by Mike. So like we had that conversation. I was like, how about you do the VP and I'll do the club coordinator? And I'm so glad that it actually worked out. But now I have to like figure everything out. But,
so I'm hoping we can leave a good legacy behind, because I know. Are you graduating this year?
I don't think I will, because I had talked to my advisor and she was like, "You probably shouldn't," because I'm trying to like do the nursing program and stuff.
Oh, there's that too.
So
yeah. I don't think so. You probably want to come back, right? Because I know that nursing program is like crazy.
I would not.
Yeah.
Because I would. I'm still thinking about it, but I don't think I'm graduating.
Same. Even I'm more than positive I graduate this year, but I might have to do one more semester, just one class. Literally, I'm not sure yet. But if I did, I'd probably want to come back this year because I don't even think you can, right? Because you have to be here for a full school year to be SGA, right? You can't just be here one semester and just whatever.
It has to be 2 semesters because you're serving both.
Yeah. So I don't know what we'll leave behind, but I'm hoping we leave behind some. I'm glad that Nolan did this. I think the podcast was something really cool
that we can continue.
Yeah, like more someone else can take it up. I was actually just saying I was actually just saying to Juwan the other day that I feel as if we should put in our constitution that the vice president should be in charge of like social media and podcasts. Yeah, because it's it would suck to see it just kind of like disappear in some way after like we could show the stats. I've been building it up a little bit more than where it was, and I don't know. It's nice to have, and it's good for the school. It's good for us students to like see what's going on.
I mean, we can do that. We can actually do that. So like, remember last year
we can amend it, right?
Yeah, last year we did the amendment for the allotment.
Yeah.
So we can do the same thing for the VP.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I'll probably bring that up next Wednesday, definitely, because I don't know.
Like we usually do that like before the end of spring semester. So like before, so that's when we did ours.
Okay.
Because that's when we were gonna finish. Everything was finalized, and we were starting to plan for like the next group to come.
Yeah.
And stuff. Just make some new rules for them to follow.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind then.
So we can just go back to this. And like, oh yeah, we can use this and that.
Yeah. I was gonna get back to the nursing thing too, because my niece does that, and I'm always talking to her about that, and she's always telling me like how hard it is and stuff like that. Is that what you want to do? Do you want to be a registered nurse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I want to go on that path too, but like, I'm still thinking about it because, like, later on in life, I want to be an OBGYN.
Okay.
And stuff. So it's a lot of like science classes that I have to do, and all of those things. So right now, I just want to start in that level.
Okay.
So I've heard that it's very, very hard, very competitive, obviously, because there's so many people going for that.
Yeah.
But then again, you just have to study, just to lock in, do your best on all your classes, everything. Really.
Yeah, bro. I know you'll be good at it too. I see you. You take yourself serious.
Sometimes it's all over the place. I'm like all over the place, and I'm like, I'm just trying to like manage my time better.
Yeah,
that's
same.
One other thing that I struggle with the most. It's time management and procrastination. Like I'm the worst procrastinator you could ever meet. And there's so many things I have to get done, and I'm just here like I have to do this and this and this, but then I'm on my bed just sleeping.
Yeah, that happens to me. Except it's like same thing with the sleeping, but it kind of more falls into I'll procrastinate everything until the end of the week. And be like, okay, so like tonight I'm gonna go home, and I told myself like I'm gonna just stay up real late and do everything. But then I go home, I feed my kid, I give her a bath, I help put her to bed, and then half the time when I help put her to bed, next thing you know, I fall asleep with her, and I wake up. It's like 11:45 at night, and I'm like,
nah,
what the heck just happened, bro? And at that point, I'm like, I'm not about to get up and just start doing homework. I'm like, I'll just do it tomorrow.
That's literally the same for me sometimes, because I'm like, I need to get this done, but then I need to sleep. Then I go to bed and I wake up the next day at 7 a.m. I'm like,
wait, what, bro?
Oh, but it's due today. It's due that day. And I'm like, ugh. And you had the whole week to do that. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I feel like that's one of the things that most of us students, every single one of us struggle with these days. Is like we just try to hold it to the last minute.
Yeah.
And we don't even get the time because it's the night before it's due, and like you're trying to cram everything in. You're not gonna give it your 100%. And that's one of the things. That's why I'm really trying to like get my time management better, because I'm ready to go to bed the moment I go home.
Yeah, dude.
But that means I need to get everything done. I can't just push it back and everything. So,
it's like hearing Jawan say he stays up every night and does work, and I know he's always here late. And I'm like, dude, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't. I literally, even if I didn't have a kid, I don't know. I'm just so tired all the time.
I feel like he's an interesting person.
Yeah, well, he wanted to be a cardiologist. I mean, even just like you were saying about being a registered nurse, it's like you gotta want it. You gotta really want it. I'm trying to enter into this world of politics and get myself voted in somewhere. So I've been thinking about that. I'm like, man, if I really want to do that, like I'm gonna have to be just on at all times,
Yeah.
like morning, nighttime, as soon
The
as I wake
commitment.
up.
You have to be committed.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah, because you're talking to people, you're trying to be out as many community events as you can,
Hmm.
trying to build relationships with people. So I'm just, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
preparing myself for it.
I mean, I feel like you'll be good at it though. You're
Yeah,
always out there trying to connect with people and trying to like help people.
yeah.
So I feel like you'll
I'm
be like,
hoping I'll be good at it
yeah.
too. We'll see. But
I
no one
really
ever
hope.
wins their first time. You know what I'm
But
saying? So we'll see though.
it's good to start. Like
Yeah,
it's you're doing this and you
yeah,
have HDA you're doing. That's
yeah.
good in your resume. Really.
And I'm trying to like, I kind of want to prove some stuff wrong. I feel like everyone tells me that, oh, start, small, like try to do board of education or mayor, council member stuff. I'm like, I just want to shoot to like House of Rep,
I mean,
then
yeah.
like senator.
That's the thing, because like
and something else.
you're only leaving once, so
Yeah.
always shoot for the highest of highs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even
Just-
council member. Let me go past that.
I know, like a lot of people say like start small. Like I understand what they mean by starting small, because sometimes you get overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that's being poured out to you. But if you know you can do it, if you know you have the ability to everything to get you up there, shoot for it.
I think if you want it hard enough too, you're gonna be passionate about it.
Really, like this, like I always say, the sky is the limit.
Yeah,
that's literally it.
Yeah,
like, there's nothing. Yeah, you live only once, so always shoot for the highest.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I was telling my friend, like, I feel like the politicians now, they have like interns that do their social media for them and stuff like that, but they're not from it though themselves. They don't themselves necessarily get it. They just got teams doing it.
True.
And there's always the thing about like when you want to be a politician, you got to raise a lot of money and stuff, and that's why you got to know people and things like that. But we have the internet, and we're from the internet. You know what I mean? We grew up in those times. We know how to use the internet very well.
Yeah, so we can utilize it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I think I'm gonna try to somehow. That's the route I'm gonna go a little bit. And then
that's smart. That's really
build up the community like that, and then work it out. So we'll see. Though.
Yeah, that's good.
Working
that's
at the homeless shelter too helps. So because I'm already out in the community anyways. But
it's just getting the connection.
Thanks for being on the podcast. I appreciate you. It was a good conversation. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Thank you.